What's up, party people? I'm back, trying to tell you about more event venues. I'm Gordon with Triangle Lawn Games, and today I'm talking about Garner, North Carolina, wedding venues, corporate event venues, places that you can kind of take into your research as you're looking around and trying to find the right venue for your event, whether you're a planner or you're just trying to plan your own wedding, which is a little scary, but if you can do it, I'm be very proud of you. Good for you. That's awesome. So we're going to jump into it. I'm going to switch over here and we'll kind of talk about a couple things. So I think it's important to think about what you should look for in a venue before you start picking a venue. And these are some tips, from us in the event industry. Location is obviously important. Is it where you want it to be? And like we said, we're kind of talking about within the vicinity of Garner. Some of this stuff is in South Raleigh. Some of it's kind of nearby, but it's all within about 15, 20 minutes of Garner at most. So location, important. Capacity, how many people does it hold? Is it big enough? Is it small enough? Do you want it intimate? Do you want it huge? Types of spaces. Does it have indoor space for rain contingency? Does it have outdoor space if you want to do a nice outdoor wedding? Does it have a lawn if you want yard games, or if you want to have a tent or a bounce house or whatever it is you want at your wedding? So think about the types of spaces. Does it have a chapel, stuff like that? Food and beverage is important. So does it have a bar service? Does it have a catering built in? Will they let you bring in outside catering? Can you only use their catering? These are things to look at and to ask and to vet when you're thinking about an event venue. Photo opportunities are like the Instagrammable places, right? So does it have a cool wall background? Does it have a nice outdoor patio? Does it have a place where you can take pictures and keep these memories and have something that you're excited about long term to look back and say, oh gosh, I remember that. That was so cool. So think about that. Bathrooms and facilities, super important. So if you're having a wedding for 300 people and it has one, two one-stall bathrooms, could be a problem. So think about bathrooms, think about facilities. Do you need power? Do you need water? Do you need stuff? Like, is there a, wheel cart accessible or a wheelchair accessible door if, you have elderly, relatives coming away? You got to think about the facilities a little bit. So ask questions. Parking, are you, this one we're talking about Garner, so there's not a ton of like downtown stuff. There's a couple, but there's going to be parking there. But parking is important to think about. If you're doing something downtown Raleigh or downtown Houston or wherever you are, it can be really hard to find parking. So think about that. And then accommodations: is it near a hotel? Is it part of a hotel? How would accommodations work? How would people get to and from? Stuff to think about. So the first one we'll talk about is one where we do games all the time here in the Raleigh-Durham area. So the Maxwell is a beautiful spot. It's way bigger than you would think looking at it from the outside. It holds 400 guests. Beautiful outdoor space. They got a great patio. We'll do cornhole, Jenga, Connect Four, putter ball, that kind of stuff out there all the time. They've got a huge outdoor area. They've got really pretty 18-foot high ceilings, lush lawn, open patio. I mean, the star of this show really is that outdoor patio. It is a nice venue inside, as you can see from these pictures. It's got kind of a nice, elegant, modern interior. You got tables and chairs and stuff. So it's a really cool spot there in Garner. It's just kind of right on the line between Garner and Raleigh. So pretty close. The next one is sort of a really cool farm vibe. It's the Meadows at Firefly Farm Preserve. And this is in Raleigh. I mean, you can call it Garner, you can call it Raleigh. It's got a Raleigh address, but it's just south of Raleigh. It's situated for parties of 10 to 250, and they say that their property can accommodate tented parties of up to 500 because they do have tons of outdoor space, so plenty of room for games if you need that. The Meadows has 4 different unique spaces, and the Saturday wedding cost, this is current pricing that we looked up. This stuff changes, so definitely make sure you reach out to the venues themselves for pricing. Do not take this as like this is their price, because that stuff changes and we are not them. We are just giving you advice. We are just giving you information. So keep that in mind. But that was $11,800 when we checked, and the venue offers tours by appointment. So definitely make sure you check this place out, and you can see just how beautiful it is out there in kind of the woods south of Raleigh on the farm. So it's pretty nice. The Meadows at Firefly Farm Preserve. This next one is another farm area, Morris Peaceland Farm, and this is in Raleigh. Again, it's pretty close to the other one, just southwest of Raleigh. It's a refurbished 13-acre farm. It's got 2 different packages, one for 220 guests and another for up to 50. So you could do a really small intimate wedding. You could do a much larger wedding or corporate event or something. And then they have preferred vendors. So I think we've done games out here before, and you can do all kinds of cool stuff out here with kind of a barn and farm motif, but sort of a chic farm food, motif. So definitely take a look at this place, Morris Peaceland Farm. This next one is one of my favorites, and we've been here a number of times. It's on Seaboard Avenue, and this one is actually in Raleigh, I believe, but it's 7,500 square feet. It's called the Distillery, and it's an indoor room that is just absolutely beautiful. You can see it's got, just bright colors, really cool floors, really great ceilings. They do the flowers and everything. It just looks amazing. So it was recently completed. It was modern industrial venue, and they have 800 square feet of outdoor space. So if you want to have a bar out there, you want to have some yard games or something, there is some space for that as well at the Distillery. So check this one out if you have a chance. And then the Pavilion at Carriage Farm, another really beautiful outdoor setting. These guys have tons of outdoor space. So it's out in the country a little bit. So it's not near a bunch of hotels and everything, but if you want that kind of peaceful, out of the way vibe, the Pavilion at Carriage Farm cannot be beaten. And it's got plenty of space inside for 280 guests. It's got a really amazing 10,000 square foot pavilion, tons of outdoor vistas. So if you're looking for those pictures, the Pavilion at Carriage Farm does have that. And then they have tables and cocktails, and bar service and catering and everything. So they've got enough stuff for everybody. But, we have done a number of things out there as well with cornhole and Jenga and stuff. So definitely, hope this helps you with your research as you're taking a look at wedding venues or corporate event venues or whatever you're trying to do. And if you want to keep us in mind, we certainly appreciate that. We do yard game rentals, cornhole, Jenga, Connect 4, all kinds of stuff, putter ball and giant trash can pong. And we do custom cornhole and, whatever you need really. So keep us in mind. You can head over to trianglelonggames.com. We do have a pickup spot in Garner. If you're doing a wedding, you just want to pick up some games. We also have our main location and our headquarters here in Raleigh. So, we're happy to help however we can. Hope you have a good day and happy hunting for that venue.